This is something I've shown you before on this channel, but there's so many videos, maybe new viewers have not had a chance to see it. These are basically old Japanese units. These are living units. Modern Japanese tend to live in apartment buildings, of course, and or homes or apartment buildings, and the apartments are very modern. In fact, anything over, I think it's 3 floors, and it's called a mansion. And which really confused me when I first came to Japan, because my friend told me she lived in a mansion, and I thought, oh wow, boasting. Curious, because one, I'd never seen a mansion in Japan. Two, Japanese typically don't boast. And then I learned that it's basically a French word describing structures over 3 apartment dwellings over 3 stories. Anyway, I diverged from the subject. Before those days, Japanese landowners would sometimes build these little, cookie cutter old style buildings. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they probably may go back further than that, for identical residential structures. And this is how the housing units were done before. These were rentals before modern apartments were came into shape. They've got all the old style features, the shutters for the windows, the nice the Engawa type of a place there. There's shutters for the windows there. A little nice little thing. And usually the landowner is right around here somewhere. The landowner may be the owner of this place right here. Who knows? Oh, hey, this place. I've been here for a long time. This is a cool coffee shop. It's all wood inside. It reminds me of like having coffee in a forest with a bear. Nico took me there a long time ago. The family, we all brought our books and sat there and read. I like that back since. And you've got this guy. He's really in there. He really helps you. That's right. Yeah, there you go. Now see this house right here? That could be the landowner. See, that's a big. Look for that. When you see these little tiny, structures like that I just showed you back there, those little tenement type things. If that's the right word, look for a big house like that. That's usually the landowner. It was usually a farmer that owned a lot of land in the immediate area. And then when development started to happen here, 60, 80 years ago, they started to divide up their farmland to make housing units. Now, here's something else to look for. So many things to show you. When you're wandering around in Japan, see how I'm just wandering around here? There's not much to see. You don't see, there's just houses and stuff. But if you look over there and you see, hey, I see big trees poking up out of the place there. What is that? Well, that usually, my friends, indicates that you've got a temple or a shrine. And why not, heck, I can make this video a little long if I like, if you're willing to stick with me. Look at the laundry. Here's another older style place with a building on the back. What I like to do, this is old style exploring, the way I like to do it in Japan, urban exploring. When I wandered around, when I first came to Japan, and I'd wander around on the streets, this is before I started exploring the countryside, I would look for those trees sticking out like that. See the way those are. And those would be my guides to something old and interesting. Typically, if you see trees sticking up like that, that indicates a shrine or a temple. Shrines in the old tradition were not trimmed. The trees were not trimmed in any way, so they got quickly became old. Out of hand isn't the right word. Wild in a domestic capacity. And here we are. And I startled this woman next to her house. Here's the more modern style housing units, like we'd see that have replaced those units we saw before. And here we have the shrine that we just came by. Let's go ahead and pop our bike over here. We'll have a look here. There we go. And see what I mean about the trees lending that? Let's take a look-see. And now we've got an audience as well. See what I mean about the trees? We spotted the trees from the distance and then zeroed in on them for a delightful surprise of a beautiful Shinto shrine. It's got all the amenities and the features. A nice place to have some benches, a nice place to have lunch if you like, and even if you feel like a little exercise, there you go. When you're wandering around in Japan yourself, in the urban setting, and you want to find a bit of the old, look for trees poking out of the landscape. That's usually a sign that you've got something good. Okay, take care everybody. Bye-bye.